How y'all doing today? It's your boy Jermaine from Eat Right Guys Nutrition and Fitness, back with another video. And so this video may be a repeat video. I may have made this before, but I'm gonna make it again because I don't think a lot of people seen it, especially any new subscribers. And so I wanna talk about how I got my master's degree, bachelor's degree, and did my dietetic internship without taking out any loans. So I have absolutely no student loan debt. And it's gonna be hard for people to do it in the future, especially after 2024, when it's required for you to get a master's degree, and then with the future education model where they're trying to combine everything into coordinated programs to where you do your internship and your master's degree program. But I'll just show you how I did it, and I'll tell you some of the ways in which you can kind of lower the cost of college. So number one, stay in state. One of the worst decisions I feel that you can make as a high schooler going to college is going out of state and paying out of state tuition. I feel like the only time you should go out of state for college is if you have a full ride scholarship. And when I say a full ride scholarship, I mean covering tuition, fees, books, as well as housing and your meals for all 4 years. If your scholarship only covers tuition and books, and it doesn't cover your housing, the cost of dorms, apartments, your meal plans, I would not go. I would try to go somewhere in state. So definitely staying in state. And me being in Louisiana, I went to LSU. I live like 15 minutes from LSU, so I stayed in state. Also, do not go to a private university or private college. Always go to a public university. Private colleges charge you so much money because they're not funded by the state or whatever. And I don't care what college it is. And like I say, unless you got a full ride scholarship, do not go to a private university or college. Second, stay at home. I think the biggest expense in college is living in those dorms or apartments, especially when you're not working and bringing any income in. There's so many students that take out loans to just pay for their living expenses. And that's not what you should do. I understand living at home, you're not gonna get the true college experience. You're gonna miss parties, you may not be able to get in a sorority, and things like that. But and that's what I did. I pretty much stayed at home all 4 years. And so those are the main three things on how I pretty much got my cost of college lower. I also had the TOPS scholarship, which in Louisiana is a scholarship that's easy to get. I think you have to have like a certain ACT score, certain GPA, and you have to make sure you take the recommended math and science classes in high school. And that pretty much covered most of my tuition. So I was pretty much left with my fees and my books. And so living at home, going to a public university, staying in state, and then having that top scholarship made paying for college affordable. And so now we're shifting into doing my dietetic internship. Now this is the same way. Try to find an internship that's in state. A lot of these internships are pretty much tied to university. So if you go out of state, you're gonna have to pay out of state tuition. Me personally, I went to Southern University. I stayed 10 minutes from Southern University. So not only did I not have to pay out of state tuition, I still got to stay at home. I didn't have to get an apartment or anything like that. And also all my rotations were driving distance away. And then my internship was pretty inexpensive. It was only $4,500 for the whole thing. Also, I forgot to mention, I worked throughout undergrad. I pretty much worked since I've been 17. It's never been a point where I didn't have a job. When I was in undergrad, I worked 36 hours a week. I had 2 jobs. Throughout the weekdays, Monday through Friday, I had a student worker position. I was only making minimum wage, but I worked 20 hours there. And then on the weekends, I worked at Walmart. I was probably making like $8 an hour. So I did 16 hours on the weekends. And I did that year around. So I was saving money. So when it got to the point where I got to my internship, I was able to afford it out of pocket without taking any loans. All right, so that's pretty much how I got through undergrad and my internship without having to take any loans. Now going into my master's degree program. Kind of like how with the internship and undergrad, I stayed in state. I went to Louisiana Tech. It was an online program and it was pretty expensive. It was about $2,200 a semester for taking like 2 classes, which is very expensive. But I was already working, I had a full-time job, so I was bringing money in. And then the place that I worked for, the company I worked for, had tuition reimbursement. So they reimbursed me $4,400 a year. And so at Louisiana Tech, it didn't really have like a fall and spring semester. They had quarters. So you had the winter quarter, the spring, the summer, and the fall. So it's kind of like 4 semesters in one. So basically, my employer covered like 2 semesters for me. And so the rest of the 2 semesters, or the 1 semester, however the calendar year fell, I had to pay out of pocket. But because I was working full time and I was saving my money, I had the money to afford that semester that I had to pay out of pocket. And so basically, that is how I pretty much went through and became a dietitian, got my master's degree and everything like that, without taking out any loans or getting in any student loan debt. So hopefully this video was helpful. Like I said, it's gonna be hard to do this with these coordinated programs because they are super duper expensive. But you know what I'm saying? If there's a will, there's a way. Even if you just cut the cost of your loans, that's gonna be better than nothing. So hopefully this video was helpful, and I'll see y'all later. If you're a nutrition student or a dietetic intern and you're concerned about passing an RD exam, feel free to join my Facebook group, RD Exam Prep. The link will be down in the description. This is where you can be part of a community that will answer any questions that you may have. Also, I have posted free notes, study guides, and practice exams. And there's also people in the group that offer tutoring services. And also, while you're at it, feel free to visit my Instagram page, Eat Right Guy, and you can visit my website, eatrightguy.com, where I have posted a variety of blogs on various nutrition and dietetics related topics.